Okay. Here is the women disclaimer. I'm going to talk lad talk now.
You really are one of the most disgusting humans I've ever met.
Here we go. Here is the 2020 IBIZA season wrap up. The warm down, my experience of exactly what happened this year. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to start by saying we only did 6 weeks. So don't want anyone in the comments saying you didn't even do the season. Listen, our mind, body, more importantly money was drained over 6 weeks. We saw it as a holiday. It wasn't the season. We weren't working. We weren't doing anything like that. I'm going to touch on that. It weren't the same as usual. We were working at 20%. So here is my experience, and probably anything that you guys, like my mates are asking, any questions will be answered in this video. So before we get into it, like, comment, subscribe, and here we go. So the first point I want to touch on is probably the question I get asked the most, and that is, did you have a good time? Was it good? Was it worth going? Listen, me and the twin, which made it even better going with my brother, I can't lie, it made my holiday, it made the experience 10 times better. Shout the twin. We only went for 6 weeks, as I said, but we just saw it as a holiday. I think if you were going to go, you obviously definitely have to work. I think a lot of people over there, from who I spoke to, who was in our complex, the plan wasn't to work. They were just going to go out, survive, see what they could do. I think a lot of people were still getting furloughed. That's what happened to me. I was still getting furloughed up until the end of July. I then got a redundancy pay. We loved it. Am I going to do it again? Oh yeah. Honestly, I can't recommend it enough. I know we only did a short season, but it was so sick. I loved it. So now I'm gonna run you through how our season went. So we got there, me and the twin, we were buzzing. We were probably a little bit too excited. And we did get there slightly later than everyone else. Everyone had already been there for 2 weeks. And the only way I can describe it, and what I say to everyone, it was like Love Island. You know when the newbies come in, they're like,
the girl that I want to couple up with is...
I can't be myself, I don't feel myself. We went in a little bit hard the first night. I think we rubbed people up the wrong way. That then kind of hindered the first week or two, because everyone was a bit like, a bit arrogant, a bit cocky, a bit full of themselves. But then once they got to know us, I think they're all right. I don't think the YouTube or the TikTok helped with that. I think people maybe thought we had a bit of an ego. We got called Tick and Sock. And I know the people watching from the complex are going to laugh. And you know what? I'll find it funny. Now, at the time, I was just a bit like, cheers. We then settled in, as you do. And we loved it. Like, we got on with everyone, pretty much. You're not going to get on with everyone. But we made some friends. We had a sick time. We were going out. So the first 3 or 4 weeks were class. We were having after parties. It was sick. We didn't really care about having to sit down at tables because you're with people you know and whatever. And then the 2-week isolation came in and it fucked the whole thing. No one was coming over, so therefore there was no newbies. You couldn't meet anyone. You couldn't mingle with anyone. Spending money. Everything we did, we were spending money on. If you go out in the complex, you're spending money. If you stay in the complex, you want to buy drinks, you're spending money. Did we have a sick time? Yeah. It went like that. It came down, but still, we loved it. Question from the Instagram, a lot of people want to know, I'd want to know because I'm a nosy fucker, is how much money did you spend? I still, hand on my heart, have not worked out how much I spent. I'm too scared. I don't want to. My brother, he said he spent about 5 to 6 grand. He did have a little bit of a scare one of the nights. We were just totting up how much we spent. Long story short, the money was coming out of his account like twice for some reason. And he thought he spent 9 grand.
I'll have to ask my accountant about that.
We still had 2 weeks left, so we were only there a month, and he thought he spent 9 grand. All I can say, we shit ourselves. Yeah? Because I didn't have the £9 to spend. He did. Baller. But yeah, I'm going to say about 5 to 6 grand. As I said,
I've got nothing left.
but jobs was just solid to get. No one could get a job out there. It was already like pre-planned before you'd even got there. If you didn't have a job, it was pretty impossible. Unless you're a girl and you want to be a shop girl, which is fine. I rate the shop girls. I love the shop girls. You couldn't get a job. You couldn't make any money. So everyone was just trying to survive. Would I take it back? No. I loved it. I can't complain. It was probably the best 5 or 6 grand I'll ever spend. He said. So you may or may not have known if you've been watching the vlogs. If you haven't, you know what to do. We kind of ate out pretty much every single day and night. We were only having 1 meal a day, so it kind of saved us. If we were doing 3 meals a day, whew, we only made 3 meals of meatballs and rice because you know what? It was a mission. Going to Lidl was a good 20 to 30 minute walk. In that heat, you then had to walk back. Nah, we weren't feeling it. We were only there for 6 weeks. We thought, you know what? Let's eat some good food. So here is my top tier food that I personally would go to again. First up, I'd go to Curry Palace. Now listen, it's an absolute, it looks like a shithole. I'm going to be honest with you, I love Curry Palace, I love the people there, but it looks like a shithole. The curry was the best curry, if you like a curry, I've ever had. My brother said the same and he loves the curry. I then bring it down to the steakhouse we went to. I can't remember what it's called, but you're going to see it now. Exactly what that was called. The steak was unreal. We then bring it down to probably the places that I wouldn't say it was the best food, but it was definitely decent. Like Pom Tai, the setting, the pool that was in there, unbelievable. You then got Golden Buddha, which is on the seafront, like round the bay. It was just class. Like them places were definitely worth going. And Nanjo's. If you haven't heard of Nanjo's, it kind of sounds what you think. On a Wednesday, listen to this. They do unlimited wings of all different spices, unlimited chips, unlimited gravy, unlimited San Miguel, yeah, for €25. Now, if you're a big eater, hit it up. If you're vegetarian, they also do veggie options. I got you, Nanjo's. Apart from that, hit me up in the DMs, hit me up in the comments. I'll let you know exactly. I can't think off the top of my head of where you should be hitting up because we tried to go to different places. We made a proper effort, apart from when we was really hanging, to go to different places, to be able to say we tried these different gaffs. We ate good. The love handles are a representation. So this is going to make me it's going to make me a bit emotional because we're going to go for the best moment and the worst moment. I'll be honest, best moment, there was a lot. Worst moment, there weren't that many. I'd say the best moments has got to be getting the quads. Like we've never done that before and we thought, you know what, let's do it. I know a lot of people think, I don't want to spend €60 or whatever. Trust me, honestly, if you go to IBIZA, get quads for 24 hours, I think it's like €60. You have got to put a €200 deposit down, but they literally give it back within like a day. It's not like they hold it for 2 weeks or whatever. They give it back. They're sound. I think pretty much everywhere is like that. But go to like Esvedra, go to the Festival Club, go to the Highest Point. Just bomb around the island. It's cheaper than getting a taxi most of the time. Best moment, getting the quads, going and doing all that sort of shit. Worst moment, see, you probably would think it was getting pepper sprayed, and if you haven't watched the video, watch the video. But it wasn't. You know what? I'm actually grateful that it happened. It was a good story. That's what I see things as. I see things as memories, as stories to tell people. If we'd have just gone home, yeah, I'd have liked to go to the villa party. We didn't go to a villa party. There was a lot of villa parties. What I will say about villa parties, if you're not a lady, very hard to get in. Listen, if I was a lad, I am a lad. having these villa parties, I wouldn't want loads of lads in there. I'd want all girls in there. So I feel you. I get you, boys. But do us a favour. At least let a few in. So the worst moment was probably getting chucked out of Ocean. First time we went of the whole holiday, we just jumped on with these girls. We went over to them in the queue. Everyone was sound. Do you want to come on the table? Yeah, well, come on. I got chucked out probably after about an hour and a half. They're very strict in Ocean. Fair play. It's still open, so I can't really judge.
I'll see you later.
We got chucked out. I say we. I did. I went home, had a nap. We went again. So there you go. Quads, do it. Make sure you sit down because they will chuck you out of Ocean if you don't wear a mask. So networking, we're going to touch on this because it was something that I wanted to go to Ibiza and do. I wanted to meet new people. I spoke to a fair few celebs, influencers. I got them on the vlogs, but it definitely wasn't like usual. Like I know if it was like a normal time, everyone's just bombing around and you can actually go and speak to them, whereas now you had to stay on your table. This was the exact same with just going out normally and speaking to anyone. You all know it from the UK. It's pretty shit going out and sitting on a table. All I want to do is have a little dance and get to it. But you can't. So the networking definitely wasn't how I wanted. Did I think the YouTube was going to do better? Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought it was going to do better. Did I think I was going to get more interaction on the Instagram? Actually, the interaction was quite mad. I still got the views, but I thought the subs were going to go up. So if you haven't, go subscribe, please. By the next season, I want to be on at least 1,000 subs. Please, come on. Please. But given the circumstances, I'm happy with what happened. I'm excited to see what we're going to be doing. And now, I just know that next year is going to be so much better. We know people now. We know like over 100 people out there, if not more. We've got contacts and we know like the best places and what to do when you're not doing like the sessions and whatever. Like I can't wait to get in a rave. I can't wait to go to EC10, Ushuaia, all that sort of stuff. We did think we were going to get the opportunity, but it just didn't happen. We were like playing with it, and then it just, nah. But we still met some people. We had a good time. Wayne Lineker said I had great skin. Not now. But yeah.
There's a whole world of pussy out there. He's right, although he expressed it like a terrible misogynist.
Thank you.
Okay. Here is the women disclaimer. I'm going to talk lad talk now. So if you're easily offended or want to pretend and be oblivious to what us lads and girls get up to, please skip. But if you want to hear what my take on it was, keep watching. So, lad talk. Lads, it was hard work. I'm going to be honest, we had a good innings. That's all I'm going to say. And we are going to do a say it or shot it with my brother, with the twin, where you're going to get all the juicy details, probably. Otherwise, I'm going to get very pissed. It definitely wasn't the same, boys. I'm going to say this now, because I got told this. I can't say I experienced it. But all I will say is do yourselves a favour. Do not sleep with anyone. I know it's disgusting. Do not sleep with anyone from your complex or from your hotel or from your gaff on the first night. I know it's disgusting. I can't believe anyone would do that. This is just what I got told. Because trust me, it causes you shit. So I wouldn't do that. If you can help it, don't sleep with anyone in the complex if you're going to do that sort of stuff. I know a lot of you are angels, but don't do it. Apart from that, wow, it was hard work. Why was it hard work? You can't go and dance. I don't know about anyone else, but I like to have a little dance. Oh, do you want a drink? Yeah, I'll have a drink. Have a little talk in the ear. You can't do that. And if you do, you got a mask on. They put it down. Ooh, catfish. You never know. It definitely wasn't your usual Ibiza. We had, as I said, we had a good time. We did our bit. Next year, wow. I can't wait. And there we go. That is pretty much everything that I'd want to know and that you should need to know about the Ibiza 2020 season. One thing I will say, here's a big one, and if you've got to the end of this video, this is what you need to know. If you want to go and work in IBIZA, make sure now you get your NIE number and social security number. A load of people were having to fly or get a boat to Benidorm to then come back to get this number. Usually, you can just get them fairly easy at the police station. There's massive lines. I got it back in February. I sent it off to a guy called Nathan Viva. I'm sure if you search him on Facebook, you'll find him. Make sure you get that because I'm pretty sure next year it's going to be even stricter on if you don't have it, you can't work. So get that. But I couldn't recommend it enough. Next year's going to be unbelievable. Best no. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to switch the emotion off. No girlfriends for me. I'll be going to Ibiza, doing the whole season next year at the complex, up the complex, for a final time. I don't want to say it. I'm going to say it. Subscribe. It's been emotional.